I'm bored. So we be streaming again. And because we're doing it in like 1 hour parts, it's not too bad. You know? You know? Boop. Boop. Ba-doop, ba-doop. Okay. Let's go. I don't think I can buy anything. We're watching this cutscene again for the third or fourth time now. Which is what it is, but still, you know? Thank you. I do try. Come on. Oh, he's stuck. I know there should be one more guy, I think. Maybe not. Maybe not. Hi, Opal. Oh yeah, it's that guy. I could get a shot on him. Hi. Hi, sweetie. Money, which is always good. Incinerary grenade, which I can't do. Get out of the way, Shiva! Shiva! More ammo I can't pick up. Okay. And here's the part we can never get past. And by never, I mean we almost got past it, but then Shiva had to go be Shiva. And the camera had to go be camera.
That's the last thing we need.
Great, 2 things I can't use. Okay, at least Shiva's here. Not dead? Seriously? There we go. Jesus Christ. Alright. Whew. Okay, I hope we just don't die now. Oh. Fun. Little climby thing here. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, I have a feeling we're gonna have another enemy come over here, so not fucking looking forward to that. And hopefully I don't die, because I'd rather not redo this entire section. We'll just wait till Shiva's over here. Yep. And I can't do anything because I'm in a cutscene.
Another one?
Oh, no. Woo! Thank you, Shiva. Oh, Chris, cool. 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 Okay. Let's hopefully not die. Let me actually go grab whatever is over there. Okay, cool.
Come on! You can't be serious.
What do you mean you can't be serious? Oh, gosh, she's sliding down. Alright. Well. Where? Oh. Shiva. Great. Oh wait, where's my machine gun? There it is. Okay, let's go.
Take it!
Roger.
Alright, let's go. I have a feeling things are not gonna go well. Uh-oh. Oh, it's BSA. It's Josh. Josh?
You're alive. Are you okay? What? How did you get here?
We were at the port when we were attacked. And then, well, I ended up here. Where's the rest of the team?
This is the rest of the team.
Shit!
It's just the three of us now.
Why did you not retreat? I mean, we are no match for them.
Why did you not retreat?
Business.
The hard drive containing data on the BOW experiment had a picture inside. The picture was of Chris's friend.
A friend?
I'm not leaving until I catch Irving and find out what the hell's going on here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Let's save the chit-chat for later.
Uh-oh. These are super fast ones.
Cover me.
Hurry!
Oh, great.
Cover me while I disable the elevator's lock. But don't let your guard down. There's bound to be more of them around. On the elevator! Move!
Yeah, I don't care if they're hanging out here. Oh, that was cool. Oh, hi.
This is going to be a pain in the ass.
Great.
But I will see what I can do.
Great. Great!
Not this shit. You two, engage those hostiles.
Okay, gotta make sure. I don't die! Oh! Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good! Everything's fine. We're good.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm okay.
It looks like Irving is trying to blow up the place and make his escape. You must stop him before it is too late. I'll try to find us a way out of here.
All right. We'll go after Irving.
Good. Okay. Now there's a dock up ahead. That is probably where he's going to make his break.
Copy that. And Josh! Be careful.
Can we please get an entrapped her so I don't have to do that again?
Let's hurry.
Okay.
Damn it. Okay. Well, let's see. I have nothing. Shiva, you're not using
I need
these.
ammo.
Take this!
Oh, this is where we just were. Oh, hey. Cool. Okay. Let's hopefully not die.
That's
Again.
Irving's boat. Let's go.
Where's Irving's boat? I didn't see at all where Irving's boat went, but okay.
Take it.
Roger.
And you'll never use it. Alright.
There he is.
Damn. Ah, Jill! I'm guessing it's Jill.
Wait, isn't that?
Splendid timing! You two are just in time for the fireworks show! Boom!
I can't with this guy's accent. Holy shit, man. What an accent.
Wait! I hate that guy.
Shiva, do you read me? I secured a boat. I'm on the other side of the dock. Keep here on the double.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Ow. It's fine. Okay, just go.
These guys aren't making this easy.
Oh. Come on.
Get over here! Hurry!
Come on!
Quickly!
Okay,
we
that
must
was
go.
easy.
Are you all right?
I didn't even see how much time I had left. But that wasn't too bad. Well, there goes like an entire economy. Shit. Well, not good. Hey. Oh, we actually didn't do too bad. We didn't get any S tiers, but that's alright. Didn't do too bad. Only 2 deaths. You can view the Shiva Elumar file in the library. Cool. Organize. I'm actually gonna buy this for Shiva. Okay. Do I want to sell it? Nah, keep holding it. Alright, cool.
What happened to Irving?
Got away.
Well, he can't have gone too far.
Josh.
Thanks.
Oh no!
Thank you later. We got company.
I'm on it.
Got you, Kevin.
Do we? Do we though? Do we got him covered?
Here we go. Hang on tight.
Good work.
Ow. What the fuck is happening? Ow. Shiva, why do you... Shiva, you're a fucking idiot. Wow, I'm dumb.
Gates closed. See what you two can do to get it open.
Alright. Ow. Okay.
Take it.
Roger.
That worked well. I hate how Shiva doesn't fucking... Yeah, you have a stun thing. That won't help here. But okay. Wow, I don't know what just happened there.
Thanks for the help.
All right, let's go.
down! Another pipe! Get down!
We're good. Ow. That's fine.
Another gate. Okay, you two know what to do.
Yeah, I know.
Take it.
Okay.
Take it.
Okay. Use this.
Come on.
Roger.
You grab it.
Roger.
Ow. 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 Ow.
Take it.
Roger.
You grab it.
Okay.
Ow. Can I use this? Nope, come on. Oh, you have to hold it. Gotcha.
Sheva.
I can't right now.
Sheva.
Okay.
Let's go.
Hold on! I'll get the other lever!
Crap. Of course, it's a double lever situation. I don't know what you're doing, Shiva. Okay, that is her. Gotcha. I was like, what's happening? Don't worry, it's just Sheva. We're fine.
Come on.
Roger.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, now let's go get this Irving.
Uh-oh. Irving's boat just out of nowhere.
They're gonna sink us! We've got to do something! We gotta get aboard that ship! Hold on! Be ready!
Good time? Oh, shit.
What are you going to do about them?
You're just one of Excella's playthings! It was your master who was supposed
One more time. What are you going to do about them?
Alright.
Uh-oh.
I'll handle it!
Use it.
That's totally Jill, isn't it?
This...
Oh, he's gonna be giant now. Oh.
Won't you two just die already? You're
I
making me look
understand.
bad. Who do you think?
Hi,
is this entire
2HT. You're Keanu Reeves. Fair enough.
Research
How you
like
doing,
this
bud?
doesn't prove itself, you know. Yet everyone looks down on me. But not anymore.
Don't do it!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I'm far beyond anything you could ever hope to become.
Oh, great. Fun fact, there's no bullets in that gun. Oh. That was dumb. They look like worms. They don't even look like tentacles. They look like worms.
Shit. I just had an extreme makeover.
Oh. Yeah, we know where the weak point is. I played Final Fantasy. Fuck. I played Resident Evil 4.
Chris, status report. What the hell is that thing?
Just get out of here, Josh. It's too dangerous.
Is
We'll try to stop it.
Understood. Just try not to get yourself killed.
Ow. Okay, so it won't give you a prompt to dodge. Good to know. Oh, dodge. And the game said no.
Something that undergoes such a rapid transformation must have a weakness.
Yeah, probably that glowing thing on its head, bud. Oh, I overheated. I overheated. I overheated. Ow. Yeah, well, I don't got any for you, Shiva, so... Ow. Yikes. Thanks, bud. Uh-oh.
There's a little weasel!
Now that Shiva knows that she can use that, that's an option to use. Woo! Oh, yep, shit. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. Shiva's got us. We're good. I gotta remember the dodge mechanics. Ow.
Are you okay?
No. Honestly, Shiva, no. Shiva, can you please go on yours? Woo! Oh, Jesus.
Tell me what you're planning to do.
Damn it, fella! I guess I wasn't worth the good stuff.
Excella.
Where is this facility? Answer me. What is the Ouroboros project?
Where is this facility? It shows a picture of Jill.
The balance of the world is changing and you're completely oblivious to it.
What's changing? What are you talking about? Is it the Ouroboros project? Is that it?
No one can stop it. Ouroboros is about to change everything we've ever come to know. Chris! See, you're Chris.
What's so funny? How do you know about me?
All your answers await ahead, Chris. In that cave. If you can survive long enough to get them... Dying's not so bad, but it's not gonna change anything. You're still screwed!
We're wasting time here.
Chris!
Poor bastard.
Is it really
Now
poor
what?
bastard?
We keep going.
Hey. So there we go. 3-3. Oh, we got S rank! Awesome. You can view the Ricardo Irving file in the library. Alright. Resident Evil 4 is a nice game. Yeah. Too bad this isn't Resident Evil 4. This is Resident Evil 5. Let's go to played. Thank you. Files. Hey, here we go. Alright. We'll read all of these files and that'll be it for today. So Majani. List below is what is currently known regarding the Las Plagas parasite. Though only recently discovered, the parasite known as Las Plagas was sealed away under the family castle of Castilian Roman Salazar for many generations. The parasite attaches itself to a human host and is assimilated by the central nervous system. Infected humans lose all rational thinking facilities and are wholly subject to control by another type of plaga known as a control plaga, usually another infected human. Hosts may lack rational thought function, but they still retain human-level intelligence, such as the ability to understand and communicate with each other. They can also use tools and are surprisingly crafty when working in groups against an enemy. Leon S. Kennedy documented his encounter with these infected humans in the Kennedy Report. In his report, they referred to as Ganados. The presence of Las Plagas in this mission has been confirmed. It is currently unknown how the parasites discovered in Europe came to be present in Africa. A known bioweapon smuggler, Ricardo Irving, is wanted for questioning regarding this matter. This information was obtained by the BSAA's Alpha team. How difficult is this game? It's not easy, but it's not difficult. So it's like, I'm playing on normal. Like, the most challenging part, I think, is just if you die, you get set way back, and the AI is terrible. I find, like, if you were to play this with another person, this game wouldn't be hard. But it is hard because the AI doesn't want to do what you want them to do and can't think for itself. Anyways, this information was obtained by the BSAA's Alpha team at great personal risk to themselves. The report indicated that a Las Plagas sample was extracted from Europe and has undergone both biological and genetic modification, creating a more effective and potentially dangerous biological weapon. This modified Las Plagas has been classified by researchers as Type 2 Plagas. The presence of the Type 2 Plagas has been confirmed to be present in Africa by various intel reports. Type 2's initial infection characteristics vary from the original parasite's infection. The Las Plagas discovered in Europe were injected into humans during the egg phase. They would then reach maturity within the host body, at which point they would assume control of the host's central nervous system. With type 2, infection occurs from a mature parasite. This requires it to enter the host orally, usually by being forced directly into the potential host's mouth. The observed result of this type of infection method is one of the extreme muscular convulsions and uncontrollable body spasms. Also of note, whereas the original Las Plagas took anywhere from a few hours to a few days to assimilate a host, type 2 requires almost zero maturation time. From this point alone, type 2 is a much more efficient weapon. Infections of this type have already been witnessed by BSAA operatives currently stationed in the area. We have read all of that. Cool. Chris Redfield. Listed within this file is a general background information overview of BSAA agent Chris Redfield as pieced together from various sources. The information listed here is neither complete nor should be used as a psychological analysis of the subject. Chris Redfield began his military career in the United States Air Force. Possessing a service record repleted with both commendations and disciplinary actions, commanding officers have described Chris as, quote, uncompromising, possessing unwavering dedication, and having a high level of adaptability, end quote. It was these traits that saw Chris earn his wings, but also these same traits that brought him into direct conflict with superiors. Unable to settle these differences, Chris retired from the United States Air Force. After retirement, Chris was scouted by Raccoon City Special Forces, STARS, because of his superior firearm and hand-to-hand combat skills, along with his qualifications as both fixed-wing aircraft and helicopter pilot. Joining the STARS team, Chris was designated as Point Man PM for Alpha Team. As PM, it was his duty to scout and secure positions ahead of the team. His duties required him not only to be a good shooter and fighter, but also be able to use a wide array of weaponry. It was in this area where he excelled, showing the ability to handle anything from small arms to large weapons and the flexibility to use them as the situation dictated. Chris's performance with stars was exemplary. It appeared that he had finally found his niche, but fate had other plans in mind for Chris. Unbeknownst to him, the next chapter in his story was about to unfold on that fateful night in July 1998. The STARS Bravo team, responding to reports of disappearances in the surrounding area of Raccoon City, abruptly went radio silent. Alpha team was sent in to investigate. Shortly after their helicopter touched down, they were attacked by wild, ravenous canines known as the BOW Cerberus and were forced to take refuge in a nearby mansion. The mansion was in reality the Arclay research facility for the pharmaceutical giant Umbrella. It was at this facility that they developed bioweapons and conducted uncounted illegal experiments. Here, Chris and his partner, Jill Valentine, were forced to combat numerous BOWs as part of an active tactical research plan devised by Albert Wesker. Wesker was the commanding officer of STARS and therefore Chris and Jill's superior. Though all his actions were done at the behest of the Umbrella Corporation, Wesker used his rank in STARS to manipulate Chris and Jill. Wesker unleashed several BOWs into the mansion in order to gather data for his own ends. This tragedy in the Arclay Mountains became known as the Mansion Incident. Jesus, I cannot speak, and ended with Chris and Jill destroying the creature known as Tyrant, the death of Wesker, and the destruction of the laboratory. Having survived the incident at the mansion, Chris attempted to notify the authorities regarding Umbrella's activities, but all his warnings were ignored due to Umbrella's powerful way. Having exhausted his options, he attempted to notify the U.S. government of the situation. This too, however, proved fruitless. He knew that taking corporate entity alone would not be easy and might in fact prove fatal, but in the end he was left with no other choice. Thus, Chris continued his investigation on his own. Without informing his family of his intentions, he soon departed for Europe. Chris wanted to shield his family from any ill effects his investigations might incur, but ironically it brought one of his family members into the fray. When Claire Redfield was unable to get in contact with her brother, she journeyed to Raccoon City to find him. Upon arrival in the city, she found the area awash in the terror brought on by the spread of the T virus. In that land of death and confusion, Claire met Leon S. Kennedy, and together they were able to fight their way out. Hi, in advance, I'm good. How are you? So, two personal questions. Do you prefer AM, PM, or military time, and why? I want to know just cuz. Hello, Kwai. I prefer AM, PM, and because I grew up with it. That's what we use here in North America. Is we use AM, PM. We don't use military time. So, that's pretty much why. Also, it's less math. Anyways, Claire met Leon S. Kennedy, and together they were able to fight their way out of the city. After the Raccoon City ordeal, Claire flew to Paris to investigate Umbrella's activities in Europe, and she was captured and sent to Rockford Island. When Chris learned from Leon what had happened to Claire, he made his way to Rockford Island to free her. It was there that Chris was confronted with many harsh facts. Umbrella had a research facility in Antarctica, Alexia Ashford was still alive, there was a new virus called T. Veronica, and most surprisingly of all, Albert Wesker was still alive. The man behind the horror of the mansion incident, Chris's former commanding officer. Hi, Thomas, how are you? Somehow survived the destruction of the mansion. Once again, Chris was unwittingly thrust into one of Wesker's schemes, and he was forced to face the man whose destiny appeared to be intertwined with his own. Chris was easily overpowered by Wesker's inhuman strength, but luck was on Chris's side that day. And then ensuing conflagration. Oh, also, how are you doing, Thomas? That consumed the island. Chris and Wesker's conflict was put on hold for the time being. With his resolve strengthened, Chris determined that no matter at what personal cost to himself, Umbrella would fall. Fast forward to 2003, Chris is in disguise over Russian. Chris is in disguise over Russian. Thanks. Oh, how's your puppy? Sorry, don't remember their name. My dog's name is Opal, and she is doing good. Also, Thomas, you're a dick. Chris is in disguise over Russian. His partner, Jill Valentine, by his side. It should be over Russia. I don't know why they added the N. At this point, Umbrella was in dire straits. In the wake of the destruction of Raccoon City, the company became embattled in litigation, and their stock price plummeted. It was only a matter of time before Umbrella collapsed. It was during this time that Chris learned of Umbrella's plan to develop a new type of BOW. Chris and Jill had obtained information and were headed to the Caucasus Laboratory, where the TALOS plan was being conducted in secret. They were to rendezvous with the anti-bioterrorism unit and attack the location. Not long after this incident, the once seemingly untouchable umbrella was officially no more. The seed that umbrella sowed, however, would continue to reap tragedy for the world. BOWs were no longer restricted to areas in conflict, but were now being used in terrorist attacks against innocent civilians. It was at this time that Chris and Jill joined the BSAA, a group dedicated to eliminating those bioweapons. The two of them traversed the world together, partners in the fight to bring bioterrorists to justice. The shadow of Umbrella still loomed large, though, as they would soon discover. When Chris and Jill went to question Umbrella's founder, Oswald E. Spencer, about Wesker's whereabouts, they were greeted by the sight of Umbrella's founder lying crumpled on the floor, and the blood-stained figure of Wesker standing over him. This would be the third confrontation between Chris and Wesker. This time, the confrontation ended in tragedy, as Jill, seeing no other option, made the ultimate sacrifice to stop Wesker. With one last effort, she charged Wesker and threw both herself and him over the side of a cliff. The BSAA searched for Jill's body for 3 months, but no trace of her was ever found. After 3 months of searching with no success, Jill Valentine was officially declared dead by the BSAA. No one knows what promises Chris made in front of Jill's empty grave, but following her loss, he redoubled his efforts to eradicate all bioorganic weapons, however, or wherever they may be. Initially stationed at BSAA's North American branch, his investigations soon took him around the world. He became involved in so many operations that he soon had more missions to his name than any other BSAA member. During one of his investigations, Chris learned of an upcoming bioweapons deal in Africa in connection with a man named Ricardo Irving. Irving's name has come up quite often of late in association with bioweapons smuggling. After informing the BSAA African branch about Irving, Chris urgently requested permission to participate in the operation to arrest Irving. As for the reason he wished to participate in this mission, Chris would not comment. Whether he is withholding information or not is unclear. As one of the most respected BSAA agents, his presence in this operation greatly increases the chances of success, thus his request had been granted. Jesus Christ, now we got Shiva. Listed within this file is a general background information overview. Jesus, 36! Okay. Information overview of BSAA agent Sheva Alomar, as pieced together from various sources. The information listed here is neither complete nor should it be used in a psychological analysis of the subject. Sheva Alomar was born into an impoverished family stationed in a small factory town situated in Africa, this particular town being home to Umbrella Plant 57. As with most factory towns, the plant was the lifeblood of the town, bringing in much needed revenue and steady employment for its populace. Almost 80% of the town's adult population was employed at the factory in some facility, including Sheva's parents. While the pay was low and by most nation standards, it provided a steady income for the townspeople and a happy childhood for Sheva. This happiness was short-lived, however. While only 8 years old, Sheva's peaceful life was brought to an abrupt end by the sound of sirens erupting from the factory. I desperately need a history textbook narrated by you in the same tone and with the same exclamations. I mean, if you send it my way, if you put in the research to send in, like, a Wikipedia page, I guess, of, like, whatever history book you want, or whatever section of history you want, I could potentially record it, if you would like. That I can do, Kwai. That I can do. Just select the Wikipedia article, and I will read it. This happiness was short-lived, however. While only 8 years old, Sheva's peaceful life was brought to an abrupt end by the sound of sirens erupting from the factory. As the sirens pierced the air, an ominous plume of black smoke poured out of the factory. Even as a child, Sheva knew something was terribly wrong. With dread in her heart, she ran toward the factory. Arriving at the factory, she soon discovered the entrance blocked. I don't know why I laughed at that. My apologies. In place of the kind old man who used to stand guard at the entrance, strange adults in protective suits were everywhere, their faces hidden by masks. Sheva could not understand what was happening. I realized years later that they were wearing anti-biohazard protective gear. They were part of Umbrella's special forces, end quote. She may have not understood the muffled voices emanating from beneath those masks at the time, but the assault rifles they leveled at her more than made their intentions understood. The country was not a very suitable place to begin with, and near her town resided members of a large anti-government guerrilla army. Although only a child, Sheva knew all too well the violence that often accompanied those with guns. The adults in the village that remained were promptly executed by those gunmen. Fuck. Sheva was spared the same fate thanks to the vigilance of a neighbor who was able to get her back to her parents' home unnoticed. Thus began the longest night of Sheva's life. Crippled by fear, she could only wait and pray for her parents' return. The night passed and a new day dawned, but still they did not return. As night on another day fell, she sensed a presence outside her home. Unable to contain her relief and joy, she ran to the door to greet her parents. As soon as she swung the door open, crying aloud with joy, she was soon met with disappointment and confusion. For at the door were not her parents rushing to embrace her, but her uncle, with a look of shock and horror painted upon his face. His words crushed any hope she had left. Quote, "Your parents are dead. There was an accident in the factory." End quote. Shit, why did I read it like that? Taking anything of value left in the house, her uncle then took Sheva to live with his family, taking her away from the only home she had ever known. Her life with her uncle would be brief. Not only was her uncle's family extremely poor, but he also had 7 children of his own to take care of. Even though Sheva was a blood relative, he probably never would have come for her if he hadn't thought he would receive financial compensation from the factory. Fuck. That compensation never came. Umbrella never gave out any payments, and soon her aunt and uncle were unable to feed her. Life was hell for Sheva. Not only was she on the verge of starvation, she yearned to be with her parents again. In her grief, she became fixated on the notion that they were still alive. As the days passed, this belief grew so strong to the point where she could think of nothing else. She knew she had to find them. So, one night, as the moon bathed the savannah in silver, Sheva ran away from her uncle's house and headed back to her hometown and the life that was stolen from her. The thought of her parents drove her on. But the expansive savannah is a harsh environment for one so young and small. During her second night, she began to feel the effects of malnutrition. Unable to find food, Sheva soon collapsed. A night in the savannah is not a quiet affair. The sounds of animals plodding along, beasts howling at the moon, insects chirping and buzzing about, and the dry winds soughing through the grass. Soughing. Is that how you say that word, or am I dumb? Sheva considered them all with wonder. She had grown up in a town and was unaccustomed to her new surroundings. Through the cacophony of strange noises, Sheva picked up a sound that was quite familiar to her. She heard the low rumbling of an engine and the sound of tires cracking over the dirt. A truck pulled up next to Sheva, and a stranger got out of the passenger side and spoke to her. If she replied to him or not, she couldn't recall, but the man picked her up and placed her in the bed of the truck. The man that found Sheva was an anti-government guerrilla fighter. He provided her with food, shelter, and a place to call home. Unfortunately for Sheva, this good turn was accompanied by some bad news. She was told that the incident at the umbrella factory was not an accident, that the factory manufactured bioweapons and Umbrella was carrying out the final test of one of its newest weapons at the dilapidated factory. The regular employees who worked there were unaware of what Umbrella was actually creating, and they paid for it with their lives, including Sheva's mother and father. After concluding the tests, Umbrella took measures to conceal the entire affair. With the assistance of the government's army, they discovered the factory along with the entire town, effectively wiping the town Sheva had called home off the map. At this news, Sheva was filled with rage. She hated Umbrella and blamed them for her parents' deaths. And she hated the government for just rolling over at Umbrella's behest. It was at this moment she decided to join the guerrillas in their fight against the government. Sheva started out by doing laundry, cooking meals, and taking care of other chores. After only a few years with guerrillas, she doesn't like to talk about her time with guerrillas. Perhaps the memories are too painful, or maybe she's too ashamed of what she did there. One of her main duties with the guerrillas was to go into town and purchase supplies for the group. For 7 long years, Sheva stayed with the guerrillas. By this time, she was a teenager and had spent most of her known life with the guerrillas. Perhaps due to her age, when she went into town, the townspeople never suspected her of being a guerrilla fighter. It could be for this very reason that she was the one they sent. It was on one of these occasions while she was in town that a man approached her. He looked like a local but spoke with a strange foreign accent. Handing her a piece of paper and speaking in a hurried voice, he stated, quote, "Read this. If you believe what it says, come to the church in the back alley in 2 hours," end quote. After speaking these words, he disappeared into the crowd as quickly as he had appeared. Sheva turned the paper over in her hand, and her eyes were drawn to one word: umbrella. It was the same pharmaceutical company whose selfish aims took her parents from her. If that incident had never happened, perhaps her life would have been different. The message on the paper said that the guerrillas were planning on using bioweapons to conduct a large-scale terrorist attack that would overthrow the government. Umbrella was going to make a deal with guerrillas to provide them with the bioweapons. The man wanted Sheva's help in stopping the deal from going through. At first, Sheva thought it was a government trap, but deep down she knew the note spoke the truth. When asked how she knew, she had this to say, quote, "My country was strongly influenced by France, and many government officials spoke in French peotis. But this man was different. I couldn't place his accent at the time, but somehow I knew I could trust him," end quote. Sheva followed her instincts. She went to the church and met two men there. One of them had given her the note earlier. The other wore a suit with no tie and said that he was from the U.S. government. What the man in the suit wanted seemed straightforward enough: the apprehension of the representative from Umbrella. From what he said, this particular person held the key to causing an irreparable blow to Umbrella. But in order to arrest him, they needed Sheva's help. As long as they got their man, they wouldn't do anything to her or her fellow guerrillas. Even if they did not succeed in arresting the man in question, they promised not to turn her or her companions over to the authorities. The man in the suit's offer seemed credible, but could she betray those who had been like a family to her? The man seemed to understand Sheva's apprehension, so he asked her one simple question, quote, "Don't you want to see Umbrella punished for what they've done?" end quote. Sheva quickly nodded her head. Quote, "That's why we selected you, but if you want to help us fight Umbrella, then you are going to have to leave your so-called friends," end quote. Quote, "And then what? What's in it for me?" end quote. Quote, "Look around. You know those guerrillas you are with aren't doing this for some greater good. They'll do anything to topple the government, including things you know are wrong. Help us, and you can finally do some good for the people of your country," end quote. Quote, and what makes you think a 15-year-old girl can help, end quote. Quote, "Someday you'll learn that age matters very little. A person's life is not defined by age, but by the choices they make. You have the chance to fight for something here that goes beyond just you. Something that affects the entire world. Can you really walk away when so much is at stake?" End quote. Sheva would never forget these words. 3 days later, the Special Forces team arrived at the location where the deal was taking place. Sheva had left the door to the building unlocked, and she wore a wire so the team on standby could hear what was taking place. The operation was a success. The target from Umbrella was quickly apprehended and taken away. Sheva and the guerrillas were taken to the American consulate. There, after all those tribbles and tribulations, Sheva's mind was also affected. Most notably, it shows us a tendency to call all males, quote, Roger, end quote. She lacks an understanding that other male names exist. Love that. Sheva and the guerrillas are taken to the American consulate. They're to be released 2 days later with no charges pressed, just as promised. Recognizing Sheva's abilities, or perhaps moved by pity, the man in the suit offered Sheva the chance to start life anew in America. With nothing left in Africa for her, Sheva decided to take him up on his offer. Shortly after arriving in America, Sheva's high intelligence, "Hey, I have just seen your live stream tonight, so here I am watching. Hi, crazy, how are you doing?" Shortly after arriving in America, Sheva's high intelligence and drive quickly became apparent. She surpassed any and all expectations, even learning English to a native level in a mere 6 months. Within 2 years of arriving in the U.S., she had enrolled at a university. After graduating with high honors from her university, her legal guardian, the man in the suit, suggested that she join the newly formed BSAA to help others as she had been helped. Umbrella had already been dismantled many years prior, but Sheva had not let go of her hatred towards them and all others like them. After completing basic training, she was assigned to the unit led by Josh Stone. There she trained with his unit for 8 months, learning everything she would need to know to survive in the field. After the completion of her training, she was handpicked to become a BSAA agent. She is currently involved in operations throughout the world. Jesus Christ. Ricardo, okay, thank God Ricardo's is only 16. Let me grab a drink, because holy fuck. Alright. Here we go. According to official records, Ricardo Irving is overseer of the oil refinery owned by Tricell Africa Division's Resource Development Department. Crude and arrogant, he possesses an insatiable desire. I'm doing good, thanks for asking. which part are you on now? We just finished, I think, chapter 3-2 or 3-3. We defeated Irving, is what happened. Crude and arrogant, he possesses an insatiable desire for the accumulation of wealth. It is these traits, along with his unique resourcefulness, that have most likely made him Tricell's ideal agent in dealings with selling BOWs to black market individuals. The money gained from these dealings is then invested by Tricell Africa back into the bioweapons research and development. The demonstration of these weapons where clients act as operational tests. Given the degree of Irving's involvement, it is believed that he is one of only a handful of people that know the full extent of Tricell's bioweapons business. Irving's activities and their connection to Tricell, however, have been carefully kept under wraps. Adding to the misdirection is the fact that he is officially employed with the Resource Development Division and not the Pharmaceutical Division that sponsors the BSAA. Tricell is a conglomerate comprised of shipping, natural resources development, and pharmaceuticals. Each division runs on its own capital and as such could all be considered separate entities under one parent company. Also of note are the divisions that exist between each of Tricell's branch offices. I haven't missed much then. I was catching up, so that's why I haven't been on your live stream. Yeah, no worries, dude. That's why they're all archived. When the BSAA learned of Irving's latest deal, they viewed it as an illicit activity conducted on his own and without support from Tricell. BSAA's mission, therefore, was not to fight biological weapons, but to apprehend a smuggler involved in an illicit deal. Irving was able to exploit that misconception to the fullest. Irving was informed of the BSAA's mission and changed the location of the deal to a mine outside of Kijuju Autonomous Zone, Kaz. When a BSAA team arrived at what they thought was the deal's location inside the Kaz, they walked into a trap. Before the team even arrived, the improved version of Las Plagas was released upon the populace of the town, transforming most of them into Madini. This intel was acquired by Alpha Team and later confirmed by the data recovered by the backup team, Chris Redfield and Sheva Alomar, prior to Irving's deal. It appears that a sample of the Emboros virus was also released upon Alpha Team's arrival and was responsible for the termination of Dan DeCant's team. Irving did not take into account that the Ouroboros would be engaged and defeated by Agents Redfield and Alomar, nor that a hard disk and his data would be seized. The data obtained from the hard disk allowed the two agents to proceed to the actual location of Irving's transaction, the mine. When confronted with the reality that his plan had failed, Irving was forced to take the following actions. First, he contacted his partners in the transaction and requested to delay the deal, after which point he went to the mine to retrieve any documents and materials relevant to the transaction. It was at this point that Redfield and Alomar found him. However, it was obvious that he had a backup plan for just such a contingency. Irving escaped thanks to the help of a hooded figure he had on standby. The two agents were left to deal with Papo Karimu, a bat-based BOW, that was originally intended to be used in the transaction. It is thought that Irving released this BOW on the agents in retaliation for disrupting the transaction and not to aid in his escape. It was becoming apparent by this point that Irving's mental stability was in question. Whether his irrational behavior was brought on by the interference of the agents or if the increased stress only brought out his true tendencies is unknown. Irving's situation, however, would digress even further. After escaping from the mine, he was soon discovered by Captain Josh Stone's Delta team inside the Kaz. In order to escape, Irving unleashed Nedesu, confirmed to be based on the El Gigante BOW used in Europe. The frustration of losing two large valuable BOWs in such short succession must have been keenly felt by the adversarious Irving. After reaching the conclusion that there was nothing more he could do, Irving plotted to escape with his accumulated wealth, but was soon overtaken by the hooded figure who provided him a vial containing Las Plagas. This was to be his punishment for failure. He was to administer this on himself in order to fight the two agents. This vial contained a Las Plagas variant known as a Control Plaga. Irving sounds like a name that's given only if parents want to make it clear that the child was unwanted. Yeah, just like Scar. If you don't know Scar from The Lion King, his original name was Taka, which apparently translates to garbage. Like, imagine naming your kid Garbage. No wonder he fucking hated his brother. Anyways, according to BSA Intel, the use of the control plaga has been documented by Leon S. Kennedy in Europe. The control plaga differs from the common form in that it does not take over a host's rational thought process. Another difference being that it causes extreme transformations to the host. As such, control plaga hosts must resign themselves to never being able to live as a normal human again. In a last-ditch effort, Irving detonated the oil refinery, but unfortunately for him, the refinery was virtually dry at the time, thus limiting the size of the explosion. His hope was that he could destroy all incriminating evidence and kill agents Redfield and Alomar so he would not have to resort to using the control plaga. Irving was left with no choice but to administer the injection to himself, at which point he underwent an immense and rapid transformation. But even the power he gained from that transformation did not avail him, and he met his end at the hands of the two agents. So there you go. So see, we got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 left. So we got 6 left. Cool. Anyways, that is going to be it for tonight. Thank you all so much for watching and chatting live. If you want to keep up with these Resident Evil 5 shenanigans. Jesus, this is what happens when I read. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to know whenever I go live. If you like the video, give it a like. And hey, we are still running Extra Life. At $1,000 raised, I will be doing a face reveal. Fun fact, wiggle wiggle the eyebrows. So if you would like to help that and also help sick kids, make sure to go donate or just check out stuff at the link. If you're looking for that, it's at the top of live chat. Nightbot's got you there. Or go to my channel page and the links have ya. So thank y'all so much for watching. Love you as always, and I will see you in the next one.